Hi everybody, Dina here with Yoga and Nutrition. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to bring this practice to you today. This is going to be a short practice on how to bring sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic nervous system. And it's going to be just mainly breath work, maybe a little stretching, but breath work. When we are in fight or flight, when we are going every day, nonstop, there's so much going on in our lives, and we just can't find a way to get into a space where we can chill. We can find relaxation, and it's a practice. We have to set time, sometimes putting it in your schedule, to sit down and to give yourself 5 or 10 minutes to change the trajectory of your path right now. If it's going in anxiety and stress and you're in fight or flight mode all the time, that's really not good for you. It's unhealthy. It's bringing inflammation into the body, which can lead to disease and sickness. So we really want to get into parasympathetic as much as possible during the day. Now, sometimes there's a little bit of anxiety. That's okay, where it's excited anxiety. It's a little bit of work things going on, or whatever's going on in your life that can be exciting. It can be a little stressful. Is fine. But if you're in sympathetic fight or flight all the time, anxiety mode, can't sleep, you're just beside yourself and you don't know what to do. It's easy. You just have to take the time to sit down for 5 minutes. I don't care if you go in your bathroom or in your car and you just do 5 minutes of breath work. It is going to change sympathetic to parasympathetic. And parasympathetic is where you want to be. That's when you're relaxed, you're chilled, you're happy, your brain fog is going, you're really tuning into the body and what you need. The opposite, not so much. So let's get started. Simple breath work. We're going to learn Ujjayi breath, and we're going to learn alternate breath of the nostrils, which helps to balance the body from the right hemisphere of the brain to the left hemisphere of the brain. You're doing alternating breath work, which helps to settle the sympathetic nervous system into a parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just close our eyes, tune in. I want you to notice what is going on in your life. What is going on in your body that you need to change, that you need to calm right now, this moment, so you can be in a happier, more healthy space. As you tune in, just draw your breath in through the nose as your belly expands out. I told you the belly should expand as you inhale and go towards your spine as you exhale, right? So that belly goes out like a balloon and goes in towards your spine as you exhale. As you start to settle in, just relax the facial muscles, the shoulders, the arms down to your fingers, your spine into your sits bones. So all this place here is starting to relax. If this is not comfortable for you, I've always told you you can sit on a prop, a pillow, a bolster, a blanket. You can even sit on a chair. You can do this in your bed. You can do this on the couch, wherever you're comfortable. I want you to just and quiet. You have to make sure you're quiet. You want to detach yourself from whatever is going on and just find, even if it's for 5 minutes, it will help you. I promise you, it's amazing. So the first one we're going to do is alternating breath work. So you're going to take your thumb and your first finger, and there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can block the nostril or you can plug the nostril. Up to you. I like to block the nostril. And what you're going to do is you're going to just go from this to this to this, thumb to the finger, thumb, and you're just going to keep alternating. So I'm going to go through it with you, and then we'll do it quietly, okay? So you're going to block your right nostril with your right thumb, and you're going to inhale through your left nostril. As high as you can go. Inhale it. And then you're going to switch nostrils and exhale through the right, all the way out. And then you're going to keep it there, and you're going to inhale through the right nostril. Inhale. Hold for a second, switch, and exhale through the left, all the way out. Inhale through the left nostril. Hold for a second, switch, exhale through the right nostril. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. So you're only switching when you're exhaling. Inhale. Switch, exhale. If you got the rhythm down okay, I'm going to not talk anymore, and I'm just going to do it quietly. Just remember, you only switch when you're exhaling. Few more. Fantastic. Take a nice deep breath through both nostrils. You might feel a clearing. This is great for your sinuses. It helps to open up both areas. Great for, like I said, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brain, because you're taking oxygen in one side at a time. You're balancing and relaxing the central nervous system, which puts you into parasympathetic nervous system, which the body loves. That's where we want to be all the time if possible, but most of the time if you can. Nice deep breath in. Notice the different sensations. If you are a little lightheaded, that's okay. That's normal. The more you do breath work, deep breathing, the less likely you will have that dizziness or a little bit of a sway going on. So keep practicing it, because it will get easier. You will feel lighter. You will feel more balanced. I said that, and just more in tune with being one. That's what yoga is about, being one, body, mind, and soul. Okay, the next practice is Ujjayi breath. So if you haven't heard of Ujjayi breath before, it is a Sanskrit word, and it is just to breathe from the back of the throat. So there's a couple of different ways to explain this. Some people may explain it to you as a Darth Vader breath. Some people may explain it to you as a seashell breath. What you're doing is you're lifting your tongue up to the top of the roof of the mouth, right? To the roof of the mouth. And you're making like an airway bigger to bring in the breath. Now you're going to hear that noise of Darth Vader or seashell when you're exhaling. So you're just going to inhale. You might hear it through my speaker, my microphone. And as you exhale, you're going to go like this. Now, if you hear that, that's me exhaling from the Ujjayi breath. That's the back of the throat. It's intended to balance that central nervous system, to really bring that fight or flight down. Now, I get heart palpitations sometimes when I climb stairs, when I overexert myself. And if I do Ujjayi breath, my heart rate will come down immediately. So if you have a tendency to have palpitations or your heart rate goes up a little bit, if you do this practice, it immediately will bring your heart rate down. It is amazing. I love it. I do it whenever I need to. And whenever I feel that fight or flight, I will start to do Ujjayi breath. When you're doing yoga in a classroom with other people, you might hear other yogis or the teacher doing it. You might hear that Ujjayi breath. A lot of people like to do it through their whole practice because it helps to keep them balanced and centered. All right, so let's do it. Inhale and then exhale through that Ujjayi breath, the back of the throat. Very slowly. And once you get into it, you're going to notice it just feels so good. It feels so calming that you might want to just do it longer. Do it as long as you'd like. We're going to open the legs up when you do finish. Stretch those legs out, flex and point those feet. As you're nice and relaxed, you can find a nice deep stretch as you move forward into your forward fold. You can move to the right and left. Just notice the space, the openness through the body. And just go wherever you want to go. Just feel that space, feel the openness, feel the body, feel the relaxation, feel how the anxiety is completely gone and you're now in tune with one with the body. Awesome. Thank you for joining me for this short practice on breath work and taking your sympathetic to parasympathetic, finding relaxation and de-stress. Please, if you have any comments or you want any certain things you would like me to work on with you, please let me know. Comment, subscribe to the channel, pass this on to anybody you know who you think would benefit. I love sharing this yoga with all of you because it helps so much, and it helps our health. It helps us keep into a good space, and we can bring this on to other people that we love, to turn them on to these different short practices that really help us keep in a healthy space. Remember, eat good, eat healthy, eat from the earth, eat that protein. Remember, protein up, sugar down. Protein up, sugar down. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Bye.